Let's make some noise, everybody, for the one, the only Uncle Rocky.
Oh. Oh, Carson, you really could fuck up a wet dream. Give me a minute. There we go. So last night I'm up at Levi's open mic in Lakewood Ranch, and I found out that it really is quite affluent. There was a guy in the audience. Marla was doing one of her ball jokes, and there was a guy in the audience who admitted he had 3 balls. You got to be rich to have 3 balls. So the rest of my week is going to be pretty shitty. I'm going for a colonoscopy on Thursday. So that's the update. Anyway, the 3 most scary words in any marriage, I was thinking. You know, we lived in New Jersey. I was thinking of replacing the sliding doors with a French door. Next thing I know, we got a contractor at the house, and 50 grand later, we have a brand new room. I was thinking we'd go to Italy for 2 weeks. My lovely bride decides, no, we're going to go for a month. And so what that's led to now is this non-stop shopping marathon. So every day, you know, we get a couple of deliveries from Amazon. She tries stuff on, doesn't fit, she's returning it. We now have an Amazon return center in the golf cart garage. And I noticed that our Amazon guy has gone from looking like Carson to Arnold Schwarzenegger, from schlepping all the packages to and from the house. I decide that, you know, it might be good if I learn just enough Italian to get by. So I download Duolingo and I'm doing Italian lessons. I'm doing pretty well. The first couple of lessons, you know, nice and easy. I did really well. Started having some problems with conjugation of the verbs. It turns out all I acquired was another Italian woman who's yelling at me all day long. I went on ChatGPT, start a little genealogy project to find out, you know, where the relatives are. So, you know, we're going to be in a few different towns. Most of them are ancestral for us. So I'm doing this genealogy project on ChatGPT, and I tell Pixie about it. She says, well, why don't you just use Ancestry? I said, well, show me yours. So she shows me her ancestry. She's like 50% Italian, like 40-something percent other Western European, and 2% black. Now, that's because Sicily had been invaded by so many tribes over the years, you know, Greeks and North Africans. So it's conceivable that there would be some black in it. The good news for me is I didn't know I was sleeping with a black woman for 42 years. You know, and this all of this led to the mafia being founded in Italy. They finally decided we're not getting invaded anymore. At the end of the day, when I looked at the ancestry, she says, why don't you do yours before we go? And I says, no, I'm not taking the risk. So there's a few things I've learned over the years. One is that friendships change. And they change because of the 3 Ds, right? Dementia, divorce, and death. And I found that it's sort of difficult at my age. You know, I don't play pickleball, I don't golf anymore. It's a little bit difficult to make new friends. Well, what I found out is now that my bidet is my best friend. It does things for me no other friend would ever do. You know, when I was a kid in the 70s, we had a lot of fun. There was, what do I got there, 1.5 minutes? Yeah. It was a very different time. You know, we didn't have allergies like they have now. There were no peanut allergies, no gluten shit. Now a kid could be killed by a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a disgrace. And when we were kids, you know, we used to go to strip clubs. We used to drink scotch. We used to smoke Marlboro Reds. Now guys come to places like this. They sit around, they smoke blueberry vapes, they drink iced chai tea lattes, and they sit around and they talk about their feelings. We didn't have feelings. We had cocaine, but we didn't have feelings. And whatever happened to pubic hair, right? The shag is gone, everything is hardwood now. Now I get the whole waxing thing. But everything is hardwood now, right? When I was a young man, you had to be pretty intrepid to muff dive. Let me give you an example. There was a special technique. You had to blow all those loose hairs out of the way because you didn't want to choke. But now that we've passed menopause, you still do the blow, but it's to get the cobwebs out of the way. It's sort of like a 1980s Nintendo game cartridge. Insert. All right, kids, that's my time. Thank you. Bring Carson back up. You know, Carson, I don't know what Tinder and Hinge are.
Yeah.
I know Hinge goes on a door, right? And isn't, nah, I don't know. Anyway, fuck it.
Now, I can remember, keep making some noise for Uncle Rocky, everybody.